Stamp collecting has been declared dead by the media, and it regularly appears on lists of collectibles to no longer buy because it doesn't have any value or it's too hard to sell. As a matter of fact, The Guardian recently put out a piece saying that even stamp catalog values were so incredibly inflated that customers were getting ripped off when they went to sell their stamps. But how can that be true when the stamp category on eBay has over 8.5 million listings for stamps every single day? And there's an entire website that's devoted to nothing but the dozens of stamp auction houses that are conducting business every single year, some of whom do in excess of tens of millions of dollars annually, and the answer is volume. There are just so many stamps out there that even though there are millions and millions of stamp items that are worth significant money, there are billions and billions more that just aren't. Just last year, the United States Post Office delivered over 128 billion pieces of mail, and the Universal Postal Union reported that there were well north of 500 billion pieces of mail that were handled worldwide. So if we're looking at well north of 500 billion pieces of mail being sent out annually, globally, we're talking about trillions and trillions of pieces of mail that have been sent out over the last 100 years. Now obviously every piece of mail that was sent out did not carry a stamp, as much postage is printed these days. But in 2022, the US alone printed 13.8 billion stamps that were sold at post offices. This all means that the vast majority of stamps are so incredibly common and exist in such incredible numbers that there's the potential for literally millions of collections of several thousand stamps apiece to be completely comprised of material that has very little resale value. And stamps have really no cost to entry. All you really need is an envelope to rip the stamps off your mail and a little bowl of water to soak the stamps off of it and then save them for later. And there are incredible numbers of these types of collections out there where people eventually buy a book or two and throw a couple of them in an album, and then many years later people assume that this is a collection that has value. And it's not like collections like this have no value. They still have fantastic educational advantages for anybody that looks at them, but you're not going to make a lot of money off of them. The deeper you get into collecting, this sheer volume of material works to your advantage. As you gain knowledge and as you understand what to look for and as you know which stamps you're going to want to pick out and as you're able to assess different collections and what level that collector was at, you're going to have the opportunity to buy things that many other people passed over. I can't tell you how many times I've seen a posting on Facebook with a minor collection and it has literally 300 comments from folks that have no idea what they're talking about. And because there are so few people that do know what they're talking about, you're actually able to pick things up at a great value if you just look.